Good morning, everyone. This is Russell Rucker, and I'm here for another constitutional talk. And we've worked our way just about out of the amendments, but we need to discuss one of the final ones here, and that's Amendment 26. Now, this is a pretty simple amendment. All the way along, we've been talking about like the 13th through 15th, the rights of bringing slaves, our African Americans into the rights of the Constitution. We've had women's right to vote. All these things have brought about an equality of our citizens. And Amendment 26 is no different. But I'll read it from you from Textualism and Originalism in our Constitutional Republic. Amendment 26, Section 1. The right of the citizens of the United States who are 18 years of age or older to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of age. That's Section 1. And Section 2 is pretty simple. Congress shall have the power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. Then you might ask yourself why we even needed this amendment. Why is it important that 18-year-olds have a right to vote? Well, ironically, it has to do with the draft. The Vietnam War was going on. This is a fairly recent amendment. And our sons could be sent to war and without any say in their government. But they were old enough to die for the country, but not old enough to vote. And that's really what brought about this change to making it so citizens could vote at age 18. And that's really was the primary goal of this amendment. So this brings about all women, all men, all people of all races, creeds, religious convictions, anything could all vote. Now, if you remember right, when we were talking about women's right to vote and blacks had already been given the right. See, the thing was, there was a time when men couldn't vote either unless they owned property, and there were these restrictions throughout the states and even back to the colonies that you had to be a landowner in order to vote. Well, we slowly changed all these things so that everybody had an equality, and everyone has the right to choose their own representatives, to vote in an election for president, vice president, senator, house members, what have you. And this was so they had a say in their government. 18-year-olds were being drafted, were being sent to war. They were dying. They were coming back in body bags before they even had a chance to vote for their government. And this is really what brings the 26th into play. And this really is, for all practical purposes, our most recent amendment, because the 27th was actually part of the Bill of Rights originally. But this was not. And we've had amendments come and go. We've had amendments fail. And I think we'll have to discuss that one day too. Some of the amendments that have not made it. And I'm talking about amendments that were sent to the states that didn't make it. There are plenty of amendments that never even got out of Congress or even out of a committee. But here we are. We're giving the right to vote to all citizens age 18 years or older, old enough to have a say in their country. And really, the story of our Constitution and of America is slowly giving more rights to the people. That's really what the country's been all about. Whether we gave the right to, I mentioned the blacks and women, but we gave the right to vote for your senator, because originally you didn't have that. And there were just lots of different things that slowly progressed through our country's history, allowing us to end the importation of slavery, all of it. So there was a lot of things, a lot of changes in our Constitution as you move forward. And the Constitution is an important founding document. It's important because it was left open. And we passed amendments, and we took advantage of what our founders gave us as an open back door into the Constitution so that we could update it without conflict. And this really is the story of our Constitution. Whether you're talking about the Articles of Confederation, our first Constitution, or the meeting in 1787, which is what this painting back here is all about. And with each level, we changed things, we added things that we thought were important enough. And as I've come to the end now of the amendments, we'll have to get back and go through some of the main documents some more, and some other discussions of things that have been coming up the last few months. And I just want you to have a better understanding, a better grip of our Constitution, of our main law, of how this republic is supposed to work. I want you to think about these sections. Think about what it took to get us to this point and why it really is important. The Constitution guarantees us many rights and many duties. It restricts the federal government. It gives power to the states in some sections. So all of our Constitution is important. And I know there are people that have, because of political views, they see one part of the Constitution more important, and another group sees another part. But really, the whole document, to a complete understanding of our Constitution, is important. And thank you for your time. We'll move on next week and get to some other historic events and talk about some of the main documents and what's going on in the country. And we'll catch you next time, my friends, on the next Constitutional Talk. Please subscribe to my videos. We aren't going away. We're going to keep moving forward. You have a good day for now. Bye.